Hey guys, how you doing? It's Dom here. I want to talk about Karrion Kross and Scarlett being released from WWE today. I guess contracts expiring rather, so not really a release. I think it's a work. I'll tell you why, because the R-Truth thing was very successful. Obviously, the groundswell of fan support, whether Triple H liked it or not, the fans spoke and got behind Truth, and now Truth is employed, and we have OG R-Truth back as of SmackDown, funny R-Truth back as of SmackDown, and I think that's the case here. Not that we're going to get a funny Karrion Kross and Scarlett turn, but that it is a work, and that because of that R-Truth sting, they're going to see that Karrion Kross is so popular, of course, that we want Cross chance. Been mega over the PLEs. I do think they're going to do the same thing, except for now, I think, because I'm not going to call the R-Truth thing a work. He was obviously genuinely released, but I do think that because of that, I think they will anticipate the backlash and they'll turn this into storyline. We'll get a Karrion Kross and Scarlett return. That's what I believe. That's what I think. You know, history sort of demonstrating that WWE tends to react to these things. So we are going to get a Karrion Kross return sooner rather than later, a Scarlett return sooner rather than later. Let me pull up the Twitter reactions to Karrion Kross's sort of release contract expiration. Shotzi has gotten behind. I bet he loud whenever we want Kross, we want Scarlett. AEW status to respond to the apparent departure of Karrion Kross and Scarlett. I understand the good shoulder thing all too well. Sucks. So this is obviously, obviously people reacting in real time to this. But clearly people get behind me. I can just see on the right hand side, Karrion, he's trending 6,000 posts plus, lots of support from fans. So yeah, there's his book's out. They promoted the book on WWE television. So I think there's too many things that point to them turning this thing into work. Of course, the example I gave a minute ago, the R-Truth thing, not a work, he was genuinely released, but I think they'll take a lesson from that and actually use this to build a groundswell of support. And obviously, that's what I think and that's what I feel. I do think this is a work personally. There's a lot of connection points here. Some interview Turnbuckle Tribe there. It's exciting. It's exciting. I think for Kross, whether he gets released or not, whether he comes back or not, he will always have independent bookings. He, very, very popular in TNA, in and NWA. I think he went to for a bit. Of course, he could go to GCW. He could do lots and lots of things on the indies with this popularity and do very well. He could do that and then get re-signed by WWE. There's lots and lots of examples of what is possible for Kross and Scarlett now. Of course, Scarlett might actually get some in-ring time off the back of this, but I do think this is a work. I do think Karrion Kross and Scarlett will be back in WWE sooner rather than later. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Of course, we're just scrolling through. Sean Mossap there. Credible wrestling sources of now Karrion Kross and Scarlett's WWE contracts have expired. That was 4 hours ago. Karrion Kross's entrance theme has been removed from Spotify, which is something WWE usually does when a talent leaves the company. This definitely doesn't look like a work. I do. What if Karrion Kross was released, but Killer Kross just saying? That's an interesting one. I think it's interesting. People saying you should go to TNA. That would be great. Obviously, TNA can use talents very well. Karrion Kross and Scarlett have been moved to the alumni section. I do think that Karrion Kross will be back. I do think Scarlett will be back sooner. I do think this is a work because WWE have learned from the Truth debacle. Yes. So that's my thoughts, controversial as they may be. I'm not dismissing that Karrion Kross and Scarlett may have just completely lost their jobs, and I want to say that with respect, of course. But I do think they know what they have. They know they have lightning in a bottle, and I do think this is going to be a work. I'm going to prove to be a work. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I will see you guys next week for some more stuff before I go away to Bali. Take it easy. Catch you soon. See you later. Oh yeah. Bye guys.